So this is what it sounds like.
If you try and join, better go and talk to my recruitment. Acting like you know better, but you just a student. On the quick come up, I'm making all the music. Everybody around me knowing about the movement. If you try and join, better go and talk to my recruitment. Acting like you know better, but you just a student. On the quick come up, I'm making all the music. Everybody around me knowing about the movement.
My whole thought process is that I really wanted the lyrics to be intelligible. So I really want them to be heard. Because if the beat is very dull and dark, then I kind of want the vocals to be bright, crispy, etc. Now, how I arrived at that, I probably went over extreme, and you probably don't have to do it like that. So I got a reverb on here to offer some slight reverb. I also have this track sent to an aux track, which is track 5, which is the main reverb. And on that reverb, I also have a Sonitis reverb, right? Dry signal is all the way down, reverb is all the way up. I got a tail on it, width 100, give it a little more depth. Sonitis delay, I have it factor for 1, both sides equal. Mix is about halfway, 42%, a little feedback, and I have it a little bit faster than the actual tempo marking. Actual tempo marking is at 112 exactly. I have it at 112.7. And that really wasn't a big deal. I could put it right at 112. Right now, this is my whole strip right here. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to create strips only using the stock plugins that I know will cover different sonic tones, basically, as far as mixing. So, you know, like if you're going for like a 60s, you know, country, or 60s, like Motown sound, you know, trying to emulate that, where you can take that plug-in, or take that vocal preset and pop it on your track, and, you know, and it'll make you sound like, you know, you were back there and singing, you know, whatever song it is. So kind of just trying to create some basic templates that I can sell, you know, not for a lot. I'm not trying to sell it for like $20 or $30 or anything like that. Something real simple, maybe $5 for a template. Just something to kind of help, because a lot of people in the community were saying that they were having, you know, a lot of people have trouble mixing, okay? Even I have trouble mixing sometimes. You know, it's something that never gets easier. But as I learn, I share, and just know it's never gonna be perfect. And you're gonna always want to remix it a different way. And you're gonna always think in the back of your mind, like, I still don't like that. So sometimes it's good to just set it and leave it alone, all right? So on the left side, on the Pro channel, that's the console emulator right there. And I had it on the N type. I have the drive right at 0, and I have the trim at 0. And I have the tolerance off. Now you'll see the signal come through it, but you won't. It's affecting it, but it's really not affecting it, if that makes sense. You might be able to hear a difference. You might not be able to hear a difference.
But you just a student. On the quick come up, I'm making all the music. Everybody around me
turn the
know
ad-libs
about
off
the
for a
movement.
second.
If you try and join, better go and talk to my recruitment. Acting like you know better, but you just a student. On the quick come up, I'm making all the music. Everybody around me know about the movement. If you try and join, better go and talk to my recruitment. Acting like you know better, but you just a student.
I had it turned off at the top. You keep in mind that when you're dealing with the Pro channel, there is a global on and off button up here at the top. And if that's not on, you won't hear it. I was like, why is this not moving? I'm like making a liar out of myself. All right, let me put this back where it was.
Come up, I'm making all the music.
So I'm getting the signal.
Around me knowing about the movement.
Now, of course, I can drive it more.
Talk to my recruitment. Acting like you know better, but you just a student. On the quick come up, I'm making all the music. Everybody around me knowing about the movement. If you try and join, better go and talk to my recruitment. Acting like you know better, but you just a student. So it's affecting it. On the quick come
but I'm just leaving it flat.
Everybody around me knowing about the movement. If you try and join, better go and talk to my.
All right. So the next thing that I have on is an EQ. And of course, anytime you start mixing, you definitely want to do subtractive EQing first. That's a must. That is a must. All right, the quad curve equalizer, I love it. Is it the best EQ out there? It's not the best EQ out there, but it is pretty good. And then I got a tube. And a lot of these plugins, I kind of just added in there just because I was adding them in there. You know, you've seen those videos, right, when you're watching a person, they're like, yeah, boom, and I put this effect on that, boom, then I put another one on there. This is without the tube.
Talk to my recruitment, acting like you know better,
This
but
is
you
with
just
the
a student.
tube.
On the quick come up, I'm making all
It's
the
not
music.
much a
Everybody
difference,
around
and
me
you might
know
not
I'm
even
about
be able
the
to
movement.
hear
If you
it
try and
on your
join, better go and
headphones
talk
or
to my
speakers, wherever
recruitment,
you're
acting
listening.
like you know better, but
Now,
you
if I
just a
boosted
student.
that
On the
output
quick
up,
come up, I'm making all the music. Everybody around me
you
know
will hear
about
the
the
big
movement. If you
difference.
try and join.
After the tube, I have the 2A compressor. All right, I have it set on gain reduction. I have it set on compress. Gain, I think that was at like right at 50 when I put it on, but I turned it down like 10 decibels, and then, or not 10 decibels, but I mean, I turned it down 10. And then for as a peak reduction, I had that. So let's add that in. You can hear it.
Better go and talk to my recruitment, acting like you know better, but you just a student. On the quick come up, I'm making all the music.
Without
Everybody around me know about the movement. If you try and join, better go and talk to my recruitment, acting like you
the
know
2A
better,
is
but
really
you just a
nice.
student. On the quick come up, I'm making all the music. Everybody around me know.
So this grid just adds a little bit more saturation to it, and but it can also add distortion as well. This one, you don't need much of it because if you put too much on there,
I'm making all the music. Everybody around me know about the movement. If you
now
try
if
and
you want
join,
to go for
better go and talk to
distortion,
my recruitment,
you
acting
definitely
like
can
you
use
know
that.
better, but you just a student. On the quick come up, I'm making all the music.
So the whole process is like just trying to have each plugin do just a little bit more. Like you don't want one plugin to do everything. All right, so then saturate, soft tube, saturate. Now I like the way this one really looks though. I really do like the way this one looks. So I added more saturation to it.
Everybody around me know about the movement. If you try and join, better go and talk to my recruitment.
Same thing.
Acting
If
like
I
you know
turn it
better,
up,
but
you'll
you
be
just a
very
student.
distorted.
On the quick come up, I'm making all the
And I got
music.
it on neutral.
Everybody
I just
around me
added
know about the movement. If you try and join, better go and talk to my recruitment.
slide it
Acting
a
like
little
you know
bit.
better, but you.
All right, and then after that, here is where the fun begins. Because on here, you can also create your FX chain. And a lot of people don't even know this, that the FX chain, you could do it here, and you can do it here as well. The FX chain will allow you to import, or not import, but insert other plugins that are outside of the Pro channel. So I put my VX64, and like I said, I kind of just was going crazy with this thing, and you could probably like, dude, you got like 4 compressions in here. I was like, man, I don't know. I just did it, you know? So I got a de-esser, and it's de-essing like right around 7.15 kilohertz. I got an expand, which is, I use somewhat of that compression, negative 14 for the threshold, and I have a ratio of 3.2 to 1, and then I have a tack that's somewhat fast, but not really real fast. And then I have the lows rolled off, not rolled off, well, yeah, kind of rolled off like a low shelf, deducted, and then I have the highs raised up just a little bit. And yeah, I think that's what I did. Yeah, I swear by the VX64. I'm like, I don't know. But anyway, so that's that. Let me turn those 2 off. So this is with the VS64.
You just a student. On the quick come up, I'm making all the music. Everybody around me know about the movement. If you try and join, better go and talk to my recruitment. Acting like you know better, but you just.
Okay, and then what EQ can't do, what compression can do, the multi-band compressor can definitely do that. So now here, I can't remember if I used a preset on this or not. I probably did, but I just kind of retweaked it a little bit. So then adding a little bit more high mids, brought the highs down some. The mids, low mids are there, and then I brought some of the low end down. So do I have that one on there? Yeah.
It's a student. On the quick come up, I'm making all the music. Everybody around me know about the movement. If you try and join, better go and talk to my recruitment.
Okay, and then to top it off, I added another compressor. Now I put the Sonitis compressor in there. Negative 11 threshold, 2.6 to 1 ratio. Not a heavy need, so 7 decibels, and the attack is slower on this one, and the release is so. And with that added in, I got it on. Yeah.
Acting like you know better, but you just a student. On the quick come up, I'm making all the music. Everybody around me know about the movement.
Okay, and I think that's everything that's on that strip. And then Let me unmute everything now.
Acting like you know better, but you just a student. On the quick come up, I'm making all the music. Everybody around me know about the movement. If you try and join, better go and talk to my recruitment. Acting like you know better, but
Okay, I just played this section because this is probably the only section of the music that didn't have profanity in it. So I like trying to keep this PG, you know, PG as much as possible. All right, so but anyway, it's an overkill vocal processing of it, but I really did want something that was more in your face. It's definitely got the high end. It's probably a little too saturated, so I might back off some saturation on some areas, and because it's starting to sound a little distorted. But like I said, in the headphones, sometimes the headphones, I'll play around with it more when I get out to like listen to it in the car, listen to it on some speakers and some other things like that. But right now, this is just mixing it with headphones. Vocals up front, yeah. And if you, I mean, when it really comes to vocals up front, it's really going to take small adjustments of compression, and you're going to need at least 3 compressors. And you can see that in most tutorial videos that talk about pop vocals, like really having it up front. You can't get one compressor to do that. So you're going to use multiple compressors, multiple EQs. I didn't have the reverb on either.
you just a student. On the quick come up, I'm making all the music. Everybody around me know about the movement. If you try and join, better go and talk to my recruitment. Acting like you know.
Okay, then like I said, I had that delay on there, and I could have put the delay in there a little bit more, but I kind of really wanted the effects to be way in the back, so you feel them more than you really hear them. You could kind of hear them, but they just kind of help them mesh better with this 2-track. And the 2-track, like I said, I just used a multi-band on it.